Ebioscope Sessions. Ebioscope Sessions. Ebioscope Sessions. Ebioscope Sessions. Ebioscope Sessions. Welcome back, guys, to Ebioscope with me, Mary-Kate Masilela. Today I want to do a TBT and share an old interview of Wonderboy for President by my favorite South African director, John Barker, who's currently directing isiThembiso Mzansi Magic. It's so unfortunate the interview was short. I had so many questions for him. By the way, I did the interview with BRK, who's the presenter of the Elevation show. This interview is special to me. The movie came in a time when South African politics was on everyone's status update. The ANC government had been called fraudulent and corruption was the biopic for everyone's success. Wonderboy for President was a mockumentary of politics well played out. I give it 5 out of 5 peaches. We're going to be speaking to the director and he's going to be telling us why we should actually go and watch the movie, because we've already seen the trailer and exactly. I think it's amazing and funny.
You're on air now.
Yes.
What's his name?
His name is John Barker.
What the ups and downs? John?
Yeah, sure, man. We started making the film 5 years ago. We went to the Manong rally. And we got some footage. We sent Kagisolediga plays Wonderboy. We had Tosh Madlengozi and Tony Miyambo as our main characters, our 3 main characters. And we went to the rally to shoot some footage, got some great stuff, came back to Joburg, tried to hustle to raise more funds to finish the film. But as you know, because the nature is it's about the ANC, so kind of the funders were not so keen to put money in, so we had to hustle and get friends and people. So that's been a tough part of it, but it's been very cool to comment on politics. You know, it's everyone's talking about politics. That's cool to be in that game.
It's so convenient that you're actually releasing the film like a week before voting.
I think. Are you talking about the releasing it now?
Yes.
Yeah, we. The idea was that it's taken 5 years because we didn't have enough money to finish the film, and it was very important that we released it around the election. So we used Wonderboy as like canvassing for votes, and try and get people to to piggyback the elections. So timing was very important when we released the film, and we finished the film about 3 months ago, and thought this was the best time to do it now for these elections. Some people said we should wait for another 2 years.
No,
but we're like, no, absolutely needs to go out now. So
I really think it's perfect for you guys to release it now because people are more politically aware, and people I think politics are always taken way too seriously, and as they should, but I think people also need to see a lighter side about politics, and I think that you guys have done that quite well. I want to ask you about your relationship with Kagiso. You guys go way back from Pure Monati days. Is he the Wonder Boy?
Yeah. We actually worked on the Fat Joe show even before Pure Monati.
Really?
We did sketches there, and then we went to the Pure Monati show. We did that for 2 seasons. Got into a lot of trouble. Got taken off air. We did Banicha after that.
Yeah.
And then Kagiso went on to do LNN. We just recently did Buncha Hour together, and now we've been doing Wonderboy for the last 5 years. So we've I've been lucky to work with Kagiso because he's a really talented actor and comedian, and he's always up for anything. In this shooting Wonderboy, we did some crazy things. You know, he went naked, and we went to Durban, and he had to take all his clothes off.
At the beach scene.
At the beach, yeah. So that was tough. You know, he had we ran around because it's so low budget. So we ran around in the morning trying to buy stockings. You know, so that it looks like when he comes out the sea, he looks like he's naked. But he knew that at some stage I would say to him, "Dude, you have to take the stockings off and go naked." And he said, "Absolutely, yes." And so he's that kind of character. He's like, so he was standing on the beach in Durban naked, and there was this white couple that came walking like up the beach, and they stopped about like 50 meters away, and they turned around and they walked away.
Did you get them on footage?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. No.
I saw that you guys went to DIF Film Festival. How was that?
The DIF was great. It was a good choice. At one stage, we weren't sure if we were going to go to the festival, just in terms of the timing of the release of the film.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily we did. We went, and the response was great. We had still the screenings date afterwards, which is cool, which is why we wanted to make the film. We want people to talk, the dialogue about politics.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good move to go to Durban.
In the film, it's Julius Malema is there and Musi Maimai, and it seems like they actually cooperated in helping you guys making the film. How did that work?
Yes, they did. We went to all these rallies and surprisingly went up to all those politicians, Maimani, Vavi, everybody, and we kind of said to them that Kagiso's playing this guy Wonderboy, this fictitious character.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind answering the questions? He's going to ask you some questions. And to our surprise, they all said yes. So they all played along. And then there's other stuff, obviously from Jacob Zuma that we bought from ENTA.
Really?
And we incorporate that. So Wonderboy, the story is that he comes here to Joburg and he falls in love with a girl from the DA in Bali, right? They have an affair, and then they get caught. And when the newspapers are running the story about how they got caught, then we cut to Jacob Zuma and he says, "I was shocked."
Wow.
So we took a part of his speech and then we played into our narrative and our story, you know? So it's a bit of a mix of fiction and non-fiction.
Wow. Can you tell us, because I heard that today it's the release.
Yes.
The release of the movie. So what can you say to people? What can they expect?
They will just go there. It's fun. I mean, we don't get personal. We don't really have a go at Jacob Zuma, and we do because he's the president. But we don't get personal and we don't get nasty.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just. It's like he always says, it's like Star Wars for politicians, you know?
Yes. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, you got Jacob Zuma there, Darth Vader, you got, Luke Skywalker there, so it's just
Who's
fun,
Luke Skywalker?
I wanted to ask that question.
Yeah, Wonderboy, yeah. He says Luke Skywalker, yeah.
Okay,
So
that's Wonderboy.
Yeah, he's a Wonderboy, yeah. So it's basically it's fun, and it's laughing. It's not taking ourselves too seriously, and it's So it's entertaining. It's like 90 minutes of fun.
Mm-hmm.
90 minutes of
fun. You can relate to all the stars,
Well, okay. So what has motivated you to do this movie?
What was the motivation?
Yeah, what motivated you to do this movie? To say you know what, we've been through a lot. We've been out of air for some time, and our shows have been canned and everything like that. So now we want to do this.
Yeah, because I think we 5 years ago we were as artists you feel like you should comment about society and what's happening around us. And South Africans love politics. We all know politics.
Yeah.
So, if you search filmmakers, you have to comment about that. So we said let's do something about politics, and then we wrote a story basically that just allows us to use all the politicians throughout the film, and that was the story of Wonderboy. It's actually the story is based on Julius Malema's life in a way, that he was with the ANC and then ANC Youth League, and then they lost him, and now they're big members, right? So what happened is this ANC Youth League branch in Braamfontein, right? They don't really exist, but our guys are there. And Comrade Sam comes from the Thule house and says, "Okay, these two guys that are causing lots of shit in the branch." He says, "Okay, two of you, because we don't have a leader now, you have to go to the Eastern Cape and find this guy Wonderboy. He's doing great stuff in his village in the Eastern Cape."
Mm-hmm.
And then that was the thing, that's the idea. So that's the narrative, that they go and find Wonderboy, they bring him back to Joburg, and then they try and teach him the ways of the ANC. But then he falls in love with Mbali and becomes a renegade himself. So
Yeah,
I think it was just to talk about politics and to reflect everything that's happening and to get a story that wasn't going to change drastically over the time that we were shooting. So we're kind of lucky that not a lot has changed. I mean, the only thing really is the EFF, because 5 years ago the EFF wasn't around, or certainly wasn't strong as they are now.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's the kind of thing. Towards the end of shooting, like last year, we had to put more EFF material in the film. But so that was the idea.
Isn't that? I'm sure there was a switch up for you guys, because you didn't expect Julius Malema creating his own party by the end of the day.
Yeah. What? Sorry.
I'm saying like it's probably like you guys found like a switch up, because you didn't expect Julius Malema moving from ANC and creating his own party, the EFF.
Yeah.
Because you guys are saying that when you see Wonderboy, he's like a guy who was groomed from the ANC and he was supposed to lead the party. But now, in real life, politically, we see Julius Malema, he's leading his own party.
Yeah.
In his own right.
Sorry, man, the line's so bad.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, man, I can hardly hear. I'm just trying to find a spot. Sorry.
Okay. Can you answer one more question for us? Do you think there's a market for mockumentaries here in South Africa?
Yes. Yeah, I think what's important is satire. I think satire is very important. You know, like, it's a pity that late night news is off.
Yeah.
Alan Enns was a great platform.
But you guys still have Bantu Hour.
Yeah, Bantu Hour is also cool. Bantu is our satire, but it's also censored as well to a degree. So it's not. That's what's cool about this film, is that because we raise the money ourselves, we can kind of whatever commentary we want, we can put in there. But if you go to a show where there's a big broadcaster like the SABC, then there's certain things you can't say, you know. So that's why I think satire is important, and film, because I think we have to like hold up a mirror to politicians and anybody in any form of society. There has to be something that looks at that in a comedic way. Okay. And doesn't allow people just to go crazy and to do whatever they want to do, you know?
Thank you, John, so much.
I think mockumentary and satire we use both in this film, and I think both are important.
Thank you for having us. We hope your film does really, really well today. And
cool, man. Thanks for having me on. That's very cool platform. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
That was Mr. P. Okay, siphuma njalo lapho sisho khona ukuthi Ebioscope, Mary Kate. How was it?
I am excited. I'm actually tonight, because I leave work quite late.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go probably at 8 o'clock and go and watch this movie. I'm really, really excited, and I really wanted to do well.
Change.
Yes, people need. Yes, I love that part. You love that part.
You know, I was talking about it yesterday with my wife. You know that Kagiso did something hilarious.
Amazing.
You know. People want change,
and that's the thing. I think we've been seeing a lot of rom-coms, like a lot of love stories, and this is nice. You know, we're seeing a different side of South Africa politically, and it's not a political movie which has Mandela, you know, I'm sorry, I'm not saying we shouldn't have hero movies, but it's also good to have something which is current right now, which is reflecting what South Africa is going through right now, and also showing a lighter side.
Okay, right.
Well, that's a wrap. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to Ebioscope with me, Mary Kate Masilela. It's truly a pleasure to have you guys. Please do not forget to like and to subscribe to the channel. And do not forget to leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think about the interview. Did you like it? Or, in fact, did you even go and watch the movie? So, yeah, besides all of that, to Mr. John Barker himself, mwah, thank you so much. I truly appreciate your time for being part of the show. Keep on watching South African movies, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.